In this video, we're going to jump right into getting our classic mode implementation here between 19, 11, and routers 20, and then we're going to also do named mode. Oh, we can't. I just noticed that. Okay, yeah, that's not going to work. You guys are probably like, yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, you're right, I can't. But we're going to be able to peer. We'll do named mode on these guys and classic on this guy, just so you guys can see exactly how that would work. So we're going to jump over to router 18. And we're going to go to global config, type in router EIGRP, and 3, Aegis family IPv4 A1. And the reason why I'm doing A1 is if we were to have multiple autonomous systems, they would not be able to exchange routes with the other guy. So we have the same different routing process. So the named process is locally significant, but the autonomous system number needs to be what's the word I'm looking for? The same across the board, unless you want to do some sort of redistribution. So we have that. So we're going to type in network, and it's going to be 10.89.20.18, or yeah, let's just do 18. We'll type in 0.0.0.0 and hit enter. And then we're going to go to router 19, and we're going to go to global config. We'll type in router EIGRP 3. First I would type it in router EIGRP THREE, and address family IPv4 A1, and then network is going to be 10.89.20.19, 0.0.0.0, and we should join momentarily here. There we do. And then we're also going to do on 20, we should form a neighbor relationship here momentarily. Router EIGRP THREE, address family IPv4 A1, and then network is going to be 10.89.20.20, 0.0.0, and hit enter, and that should be all we need to do there. So now we form neighbor relationships. The reason why I did that is because of the fact that I wanted to use the neighbor statement over here. So at I think I just realized why that didn't work. It's underneath the AF interface. That is why it didn't work. So that is why. Okay, so that's why. So under the AF interface, we're typing AF interface fast 2/0. We're typing a neighbor. What are my options here? No, that wouldn't be the issue either then, huh? We'll type in neighbor, and then the neighbor is going to be, that's going to be the, what is 20's address over here? 10.1.20. Okay, so 10.1.20. Oh, you have to put in the neighbor's address. 120.11. And then the interface you're going to connect on fast 2/0. Do that, and then we're going to do the same thing on 11. We'll go 11, but we're going to we'll go to global config, router EIGRP 1, and we'll type in neighbor is going to be 10.1.120.20, and then the interface is going to be fast 2/0. So we should form a neighbor. I don't know if we're going to form a neighbor relationship. I don't ever use the neighbor command. But we're also going to do this on, we'll go to 20. Actually, let's drop out of here and do a show IP EIGRP neighbors. Nothing. What about interfaces? Nothing. Did I type it in correctly? Neighbor. So we are in a stalemate with our neighbor configuration here. I don't know why it's not working. So the idea you're supposed to use, let's look it up. So we've already got the command reference here pulled up, so we'll use the neighbor command. Should be right up here. Network, and then neighbor should be right in line. Neighbor description, and then neighbor. So neighbor, to define a neighboring device with an EIGRP device can be exchanged using the neighbor command in global config. So the way you would do this is you would type in neighbor. Oh, you know what? I think I just found out the problem. You still have to specify the instances you want to peer on. That's what it was. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is our problem. We're advertising, but we need to enable with the network statement as well. So we're going to minimize. So we're also going to go to 11. We're going to go to global config. Type in config T, router EIGRP1, and we're typing network is going to be 10.1. We'll just copy. Actually, we'll just copy this piece right there. 0.0.0.0.255, and we'll go to 20, do the same thing. We'll type in network, and go to the end, 0.0.0.0.255, and that should be all we need to do. Alright, so that peering came up, and if we do a debug EIGRP IPv4 address family IPv4 neighbor, and then 10.1.120.11, we should be receiving unicast updates from that neighbor. So let us go to 11, and we're going to advertise. So we have the that guy coming up. So let's see here. Let's do show IP EIGRP interfaces, and accounting maybe. I forget what command it is to show you that it's a unicast adjacency. Traffic maybe. No, it's one of these things. I think unreliable. Where is it? Let's see here. I'm trying to remember. We're gonna say neighbors. No, that's not it. We're gonna look at interfaces. I think unreliable means that it's. Let's look at 20, and we'll do a show EIGRP IPv4 address family IPv4, and we'll say interfaces. So you have the peerings coming up, and we're gonna do, what is it? I'm trying to remember what it is. Traffic? I don't honestly remember, but maybe that's it. Acknowledgements sent and received, and then 11. There is no acknowledgement. Oh yeah, there is acknowledgements. So hello process. I'm honestly not sure. So what we're gonna do is I think is it 20 that I'm running the UL show debug. Alright, I'm not running debug. So debug IP EIGRP packet. Oh, so sorry, EIGRP. Debug EIGRP packet. So I want to see if we're sending any hellos. Alright, so we have, let me scroll this over just a little bit so you guys can see this. Bring this over just a little bit. Alright, so we have that, so we're going to type in u all there, and we're going to go to 20 to do the same thing. There's a question, what is the purpose of verifying that? Well, the reason I want to verify that is to make sure that when you're sending multicast updates, so if we do a debug EIGRP packet here, we should be sending both multicast and unicast. 11 there. Okay, so we're sending hello there. Received a hello, so we got hellos going back and forth. And if we do a u all, well, that's only on that one. So we do a debug EIGRP address family IPv4, and we say autonomous system 1, and we type in enter. Why are we not getting any? Let's go to router 19, and we're going to interface loopback 0. We're going to shut down that interface. Oh, you know what? That's because I haven't advertised anything in. That's why. That's why. But a hello should still be being sent. So we'll type in network, we'll type in router EIGRP 3, and then we'll type in address family IPv4A1. We'll type in network is going to be 10.100.0.0.0.255.255, and then we're going to go to 20. There we go. So we should be receiving that in, and then if we receive that in. Okay, we received the update. Let me go over here just a little bit. Span this out just a little bit. And we do a show EIGRP address family IPv4, and we type in interfaces or traffic. Maybe that's it. Traffic. Yeah, I'm not seeing any debug EIGRP packet. I'm just curious to see if there's anything sent back. Okay, there it goes. Let's see. No, I don't think it's. Let me do this. Let me do control u all here, and this will be the where. Actually, I think the best way to do this is on the 20. We're typing ping 224.0.0.10. Whoever responds is a multicast adjacency. So they're all multicast adjacencies. So that's who responded. So 18, 11, and 19 all responded. So it says here that the neighbor statement let's see here. Multiple neighbor statements. Let's see here. That's the. To define a neighbor, a neighboring device, use the neighbor command. So that does that. So we're going to say the address is the IP address of the peer router, in which that's going to be interface type, and then the number, and then let's see here. Let me do a quick search for this and type in EIGRP unicast neighbor. And just for the configuring static neighbors, and the reason why I'm being so particular about this is because of the fact of what it does. So neighbor, and then the neighbor's peer, the interface name and number. And this is when configuring EIGRP static neighbor and neighbor establishments operate. Let's see, blah blah blah. Particular interface. EIGRP will disable the processing of multicast EIGRP packets on the specified interface. So, with that being said, EIGRP will not send nor process receive multicast EIGRP traffic on an interface which has a static neighbor defined into the process. So, we're already doing unicast. That's what I thought, because it was like it just was bugging me that it was responding the way it was. I was expecting to see 224.0010, but not that other one. So the neighbor command is a unicast adjacency. So I apologize for spending so much time on that, but it's being thorough, making sure you know exactly what you're typing in. So we're going to look at 11 to 19 now. So we're going to go to 19, and we're going to type in from here. We're going to type in neighbor is going to be 10.1. Let's actually go to 11. Make sure we get the right address here. Type in show IP interface brief. So this address right here. 19, and we're going to say it's going to be out what address? fast2/0, fast2/0, and we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. So we'll say, and that's going to be fast2/0 or gig1/0 on the remote end. So we'll just flip this over and go to global config on 11. Type in router EIGRP1 and then the neighbor command, except we're going to switch out this one for 19, and it's going to be on gig 1/0 and hit enter. And then we're also going to type in the network statement for 10.1.119.0.0.0.255 and the same thing on the remote end on 19. And hit enter, and that's going to activate it, and then we should form a neighbor adjacency. And then momentarily here, and on 11 we're going to advertise our network is going to be 10.100, and actually, you know, let's do this. We'll type in redistribute static or redistribute connected, and then 19 should learn that in. So why is it not? Do show IP interface brief. Oh, I see what the problem is. I have two different IP addresses here. That's why it's not coming up. So 11 is configured with this address. So this is what I'll do on that. I'll go to 19 and I'll do the same thing here. I'll type in interface fast2/0. Fast2/0. IP address is going to be 19 and 255.255.255. What is that? Mask /24 .0. There it goes. So now we got that up, and so now we should jump out of here and do a show EIGRP address family IPv4 interfaces. There we go. And then the accounting is going to be we're learning 2 routes in from there. If we do a show IP or show EIGRP address family IPv4, we say topology. We're learning a bunch of routes in. If we go to 11, we do the same thing. We'll do a show EIGRP address family IPv4 neighbors. Do a show IP route EIGRP. Now we have a couple routes in there. So we have that network, and then we have the /32 to R19's loopback. So that takes care of that. So now we're officially set up. So we have name mode split here. So it's this side is name mode. This side is this guy right here is using classic mode. He's peering versus unicast. These guys are doing multicast, and we're completely peered here. So that's going to be that. So that's pretty much where I wanted to be anyway with it. And so we're going to go from there. We'll take a look at doing the other side here coming up. We'll get into authentication and see exactly how that works with automatic key rollover and HMAC and MD5, all that good stuff. I hope this has been informative for you, and I want to thank you for viewing.